Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to this 20-minute cool down flow. So this is something that you're going to be able to use whenever if you're taking a power yoga class and you want an extended version of a cool down, this is a great place to go. If you just finished a workout and you're like, I feel like I need to get a good stretch in, this is a great place to go. We're going to be focusing mostly on holding stretches in the muscles that we use when we're doing power yoga, when we're doing intense workouts, and just giving them a moment to kind of breathe and stretch and really just cool down. Oftentimes, I don't have a ton of time at the end of classes to teach cool downs that are adequate for you guys. And so I'm going to start this and probably film a few more as options for if you're looking for just a little bit more of a cool down, you can always come back to this. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. I am so thrilled to have you. Please don't forget to subscribe, share this with anyone you think might find it useful. A couple things is if you're able to have yoga blocks around, I would highly recommend using them. But if you don't, that's totally fine. I'll show you ways to not use them if you don't have them. Without further ado, I have a Spotify playlist linked to this account too. Sorry, lots of announcements today if you want to play along with some music. Otherwise, we're just going to get right into it. We're going to come into a downward facing dog to start. So we're assuming that you're pretty warmed up. You're in the place where you're feeling like a little warm. We're just going to get right into these stretches, okay? So downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Push into the feet, into the heels, and take a minute here to just kind of tune into your breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. If you can, bring a little bend into those knees so you're not straining the backs of your legs too much. Just a little tiny bend to get some softness into the legs. Couple more breaths here. Really pushing into the fingers. Yeah, really pulling those heels down towards the ground, in through the nose. And exhale, exhale, exhale. Let it go. Beautiful. Bring your feet together to touch. Send your right toes up to the sky. Bend your knee, and you're just going to circle around through that right hip. Get a little range of motion back into the right side, and then switch directions. Other way. Yeah, they can be as big or as small as you like. They don't even have to be very big at all. Good. Just hang here for a sec as you kick over towards the left side. Flex those toes, really extending through the front of that right leg. And then go ahead and place the foot outside your hands, coming into a lizard lunge. Now, this is when having blocks is really nice because it helps bring the floor a little bit closer to you. You're going to drop down onto that left knee. And if you don't have blocks, no worries. You can just stay on your hands. Yeah, and pause right here, really pulling that chest forward as you feel the stretch in your right hip. If you're coming down to your forearms on the mat, I really want to make sure that you have both forearms comfortably on the floor. Otherwise, come back to the hands. And if you have blocks, that's a great place for them to go, where if you have a little bit of space for those forearms, you can just rest them on the ground. We're going to hold this for about 3 to 5 more breaths right here. Yeah, play with opening and closing that right hip. I love cool downs because they're honestly just a way for you to kind of check in with your body, like notice how things are going, how things are feeling, right? When you're in a power yoga class or when you're running or at the gym, it's oftentimes easy to just focus on like getting the workout done, right? Without really thinking about how it's feeling. And the cool down is really just like, how did that feel? How did that go? Where could I probably have made a change, pulled back, pushed forward? That's why we're here. Beautiful. Press back onto the hands if you came down onto your forearms. And you're going to pop up off of that back knee. Good. Just pause here. Hinge forward and back. Forward and back. Ooh, good. And then press back into a downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Your hands can stay on the blocks if you like. Pause here. Take note of how the difference feels between each side. And then we'll switch legs. Left leg is going to spin upwards. Bend the knee and just circle it out, just like you did on the other side. Starting in one direction, round and around you go. And then switch it out, other direction. Good. And now pause as you kick over to the right, really, really stretching through the front of that left leg. And step to the outside of your hands. Set yourself up, knee to the floor. Blocks if you need them, use them. Drop to the forearms if you comfortably can, otherwise just stay on those feet. So my left hip is like way, way tighter than my right. Doesn't have as much mobility. So coming down on my forearms right now is way harder than the other side. So just like noting those little things can actually make a huge difference when you're training. Just like noting where there's a little bit more resistance or a little bit more openness on one side versus the other can help inform you of where you might need to change things up. Good. A couple more breaths here. Beautiful, beautiful. Open and close that hip if you like. You see me, I'm moving my hips side to side. Beautiful. Now push up onto those hands. Woo. Pop up onto the back toes, off the back knee. Pause here, forward and backward. Forward and backward. And step it on back, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Pause here, take a deep breath in, widen the hands if you need to and they're on the blocks. And let it go. Good, we're gonna walk forward and then step our right foot between our hands and find a pyramid pose. So we have two straight legs. This is a great stretch for the hamstrings. You wanna think about pulling your right hip back, pushing your left hip forward, resting your hands on blocks outside your foot, and then just pulling your tummy, your chin, everything down towards that right leg. Really feeling the stretch of the back of your right thigh, even a little bit in the back of the right calf. Good. Stay here for one more breath. And then crawl forward, pop up off those back toes, flex the left foot down, and then you'll ankle behind ankle, pinky toes touch, just a different variation of a twisted forward fold. Good. Walk those hands over to the right, get the stretch through the left IT band. Ooh, really feeling it through the back of that left, the side of that left leg. I definitely am. Ooh. Come back to center, release the left leg, send it up and back, and then bring your feet about hips width distance apart. We're just gonna hang in a ragdoll here, opposite hand, opposite elbow, crown of the head to the floor. Remember, we're cooling down, so the purpose of this is to just really try to get our heart rates down, loosen up the muscles, give our bodies a little bit of recovery after a tough workout. Good. Release your bind, bring your feet back together. Keep your left foot forward, right toes go back. Little pyramid pose on this side, bowing and folding over that left leg. Couple breaths. Yeah, send the breath in through the belly and out through your mouth. Nice, nice. Pop up off those right toes. Ankle behind ankle. Pinky toes touch. Other side. Fold. And walk your hands to the left. Really getting that nice stretch to the IT band. Good. And come back to center. Ooh, I felt that one. Good. Bring your feet together. Last little fold here is a ragdoll, but the opposite elbow is going to come on top than what was on top last time. Let your head fall. Let everything hang towards the floor. Really nice stretch through the legs. And release this. Step the feet together and send your right toes out. You can leave the blocks there for now. Your heels are going to be in, your toes are going to go out. We're going to stretch the groin here. Bring your hands inside your legs, fingertips facing down. If that feels comfortable, you can bring your forearms inside your legs. If that's too much, always you can pull back to your hands. But the goal is to push out while your hips reach towards the floor. You really want to feel that stretch in your inner thighs. Yeah, side to side. Ooh, this one is, I feel it. I feel it. Good. Shoulders back. Try not to hunch. I'm hunching a little bit. Good. Come to stand. Strong T. And then reach your arms up. Your toes are going to come in. Your heels are going to go out. And we'll take a wide leg fold. Nice and easy over your legs. Sway the hips back and forth. Yeah. Notice, like, one thing I see every single day while I teach is people have this strain in their neck when they're folding. Like their crown of their head is reaching to the front as opposed to down. When you're folding, you want to think length in the spine. So the crown of the head is reaching towards the floor, right? We're not straining our necks. We're really letting gravity pull us down towards the ground. I see it every single class I teach. Yeah. Good. It's like we're doing more work than we need to, right? Do less. That's what we're trying to do here. Flat back. And then start to bend into your right knee. We're not taking full Skandasana. We're really just kind of, because full Skandasana can be hard after a workout and we haven't warmed up. So I would advise against it. I think we're just going to move these lateral lunges side to side for now. Yeah, don't think too much about it. We're really just getting into those hips, really thinking full range of motion here. Side to side. Again, we're not hunching, we're lifted here, we're not folding, right? It's a hinge as opposed to a fold. Yeah, and so just hold where you feel it. Ooh, if you're like, I need to stay here a little longer, stay. Side to side. Yeah. Good. Side to side, you got this. Beautiful. Straighten the legs, shake it out. Downward facing dog. Good. Half pigeon, we're gonna find it on the right. Right shin is gonna come parallel. Go ahead and drop your hips down. If you're feeling extra tender, a block underneath your hip is a great place for it. But if you feel like you're okay, just go ahead and let those hips fall. Let your hands come on the ground and rest your forehead on the floor. Loosening up through those hips. Nothing crazy that we're doing today, really just concentrating this flow on cooling down, softening down. If you feel tight, don't forget to use your breath, right? Make them really long, like extra, extra long, especially the exhales. Good. Take one more breath here. Stay for your exhale. Come on up. Let's find a seated twist. Sit into the right hip. Swing the left leg up and around so it hooks outside your right thigh. If you're like, no way, Jose, you could always straighten that right leg out. But if you feel comfortable, you keep it bent. It just deepens the twist. Right elbow goes outside of your left thigh. Left arm reaches behind you. Pull your tummy up and in as you lift through your spine and let the gaze drift over your left shoulder. Breathe right here. Notice where the ego is starting to show up. That's going to look like kind of negative self-talk. Like, I should be doing more. I should be able to twist deeper. I should be able to push further. But at the end of the day, that's not why we're here. We're here to cool down. We're here to soften. So let the body go where it comfortably goes and try not to resist it or fight it. Let's unwind here. Ooh. Go ahead and take a counter twist to the right. And lift up. Last posture on this side is going to be a seated tree. Right foot's going to stay where it is, tucked inside your left leg. Left leg is straight. And we fold. Nice and easy over that left thigh. Again, notice if there's a lot of strain in the neck. See if you can just pull away from that a little bit. Let the crown of your head reach towards your toes. Yeah, nose down, chin to shin. Good. Let this go. Come on up. Ooh, stay there for a sec. And then we're going to switch sides, starting with half pigeon. On the left, you can go through downward facing dog, or you can simply do what I just did and just shift your shin forward. Let your chest, your head, everything fall down towards the ground. Again, notice the ego, the negative self-talk, right? Even I feel it a little bit because this tight hip is really tight, right? That's okay. That's okay. It just isn't that serious. It's not that deep. We're just here trying to move our bodies, cool down a little bit, right? This does not have to be perfect by any means. Beautiful. Start to slowly push up. Push up. Get nice and tall. Sit back onto that left hip as you swing your right leg up and around. Setting up for a seated twist on this side. Again, the left leg can go straight. So that'll look like this. I'll do it like this on this side, so you know. Pull the toes up and back. Left arm reaches up. And you twist. Belly up and in. Still a perfectly good twist. And it might be a little bit more accessible if the hips are extra tight than the one with the bent knee. And think, gaze over your right shoulder as best you can. Beautiful. Unwind. Ooh, now left foot comes in, right leg goes straight. Seated tree. Folding over that straight right leg. When it comes to cool down, a little goes a long way. So even if you can only cool down for 5 minutes, that's all you have time for, it's better than nothing. I promise. So don't skip it, right? I know we're doing 20 minutes of like designated cool down, but really try to think about, just a couple stretches after a workout is better than none, period. Yeah, so you can take any of these you want, bring them with you to the gym, slowly lift up. Yeah, just make it a part of your workout, All right, we're going to lie onto our backs. Draw your knees in, give yourself a hug, rock side to side. And our last posture is just going to be a seated twist or a spinal twist. So you're going to wrap your right leg over your left, almost like an eagle, and then just use that right leg to pull your left side down, coming into a bound spinal twist, gaze over your right shoulder. Really, this all it does is it just allows you to use your leg to see if you can just deepen the twist. It almost gives you your own little adjustment. If you like, you can put that left hand on top of your right thigh and add a little bit more pressure if you feel like you can handle it. Good. Push in, come back and switch sides. Left leg wraps. Pull the right leg down. Right hand on left thigh and gaze over left shoulder. Beautiful. Come back. Draw the knees in. Last little bit. Just a happy baby. If you don't feel comfortable doing this in public, I don't blame you. Really just sending your legs up to the sky, giving yourself a little bit of a break. If you have access to a wall, it's such a great thing to do if you can squeeze it in. Let go of some of that lactic acid in your feet. And so slowly, if you have time, take a Shavasana, especially if this is after a power flow. Go ahead and press pause, lay down, close your eyes, go to sleep. But I just want to say thank you so much for coming. That's a 20-minute cool down flow. Feel free to use that whenever you like. We just zoomed through that like way faster than I thought we would. So I'm definitely going to add more videos just like this one. So you have access to cool downs at the gym, wherever you need them after any workout that you do. Again, my name is Ashley. I'm a yoga teacher. This is my channel. This is my page. I would love if you subscribed, maybe shared it with a friend, someone who you think might need it. And a little goes a long way, even in that too, right? Thank you so much. See you guys soon. Peace.